I'm Nevaeh. This is the iShine Learning Academy. Let's go take a look. Hey, Stacy.
I'm Sue Miller-Hurst. I'm the principal here at iShine Student Center. I think I was 6 when I told my father I was here about the children, and he reminded me I was one. But I always thought that I had some sort of important work regarding kids and life. We think iShine ought to be at all times on the leading edge of what we know about learning. Our kids deserve that we apply research, that we are on the edge of theory into practice.
I'm Ben Fitz. I'm the assistant principal at iShine, and we are a K-8 charter school under River Springs Charter School, and we are a learning center that has roughly 500 students. We are a high-achieving school, and when they did API scores, we scored a 928, and that's not just because of we teach to the test. We actually believe in accessing multiple measures in order to push students and really get the most out of what they can accomplish. And so by doing that and by exploring, we're able to achieve high test scores.
What do you guys like about iShine?
I like that you have a lot of choices, and if you need to move around when you need to, that you can.
Yeah, at iShine we have just so much choice as to where we want to go, what we want to be, and our individualized learning path is really encouraged and really expressed. Like, you can sit at the table, sit at the rug, you could even be sitting under a chair if that's what's going to help you learn.
So I've come to see over my years of research that some things are really important. One of them is that intelligence is modifiable. It's not set. People come to us looking like they have disabilities, and pretty soon if you work with them, they find they're more intelligent than they ever dreamed. Nothing is set.
iShine is a 4-day-a-week student center, and so the students come to iShine for 4 days, and then they do 1 day of homeschool. So the parents become partners in learning with their students. And we offer a lot of variety on those Fridays so that students have choice in what they're learning, which motivates them, and it allows choice on the parents' part as well. Then we have a group that comes on Friday, the student center that is homeschooled Monday through Thursday, and then they come in for enrichment activities on Friday. So those enrichment activities could include core subjects such as math and science, but you have electives as well that include art, music, hands-on science, things of that nature where students get their Monday through Thursday homeschool core curriculum, and then they come on Fridays to enrichment to add those, basically elective classes.
Hey, let's go check out the kindergarten class. Come on.
Look at another. Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho. And here's 2 original pennies. These are older pennies, and on the back.
So I feel like these kids really do have a lot of choice. They know what they're doing day in and day out, and they use a lot of writing to read strategies. So they are really writing every day, and they're writing their in their daily news journals. They're writing almost at each and every center, and then reading that back. So their reading has meaning to them. Class, what's my job?
To love us.
What's your job?
To love each other.
And I think that would pretty much sum it up. That they understand that our community is most important, and then their learning can take off from there.
We really preach dialogue and community within the classroom where students get to know each other.
Chantal, you have always been somebody I can go to talk to and work with, and I just want you to know that you're one of my best friends. Thanks.
The culture of iShine is based on the idea that emotional intelligence is as important as academic intelligence, and that underpinning all of it is how can you teach any of us to be kind to one another, to foster respect. And when you do that, then you're safe to learn. I call it a safe to risk space. because learning, after all, is a risk. It's trying something you never tried before. When you're in a place where people really care about one another, it's a place of great learning.
I am Miss Jessica and I teach first grade here at iShine. And today we are working on spring caterpillars. They're all doing their own designs inside and creating their own spring caterpillars to match a writing lesson that we did this morning. So we're kind of integrating our art with our writing right now.
So at the core of the younger grades is the idea of learning through play. There have been multiple studies shown, and in fact we had a teacher that went through the personalized learning cohort this year, and she discovered that 95% of the students gravitated towards activities, chose activities based on the idea of fun. If they thought it was going to be fun, they were more likely to choose it, whether it was based on the way the center was designed, the way that the activity was put together, the way that the project was put together, or the fact that it gravitated towards their learning style or multiple intelligence.
So uniqueness matters. We are not alike, any of us, not just our fingerprints, our voice prints, no two people alike in all of history. If that's true, then our learning paths ought to be unique, and it really matters that we're different from one another.
As you guys have probably seen, we have all kinds of games, different math centers going all around the room. So kids choose centers based on their personal goals, teacher recommendations, interests, and passions. Now, in addition to that, I'm always designing math centers that correlate with Common Core standards, and I'm trying to always make them sound exciting, something that entices kids to jump into things that either challenge them or help them remediate skills that they need practice on.
A huge focus at iShine is our staff development. Teachers participate in staff development 1 day a week. That is when the students are on homeschool. And so our principal, she's able to bring what she knows, her knowledge, to the school so that teachers can continually push themselves to drive their instruction to the next level.
All right, so over here we have our 7th grade science classroom.
So in the upper grades, what we really try to push is rigor within the classroom. The teachers still push personalization, they still offer choice, but the idea of rigor goes along with personalization. Students are driven to go above and beyond the concepts, above and beyond the standards. And that prepares them not only for high school, but for college and life after.
We think that this is how we begin to say things are different in a personalized school. You do not act as a teacher standing at the front, giving information, letting them partake in it. No, we say we are guides. We're standing there in awe of the excitement when kids want to learn. It's our job to provide a sort of smorgasbord of possibility and let them have a feast. And that's how choice and personalized learning makes a difference.
It's a really cool design, this school, because you don't have letter grades. We have check grades, so check minus, check, and check plus. I like that a lot better than letter grades.
So with grading, you'll often see students get a check or check plus or check minus, and we're really looking for completion, and really we're looking for intrinsic motivation.
Help us choose an assessment that seems fair and good to you. So because we do not grade, it does not mean we don't assess. We have kids assess themselves, and when they see they need more, they ask for more. And so we do workshops on demand. What is it you need to learn? More multiplication. And we say, would you like to learn it by dancing, by singing, by using manipulatives? In other words, we believe there are many ways that somebody learns, and we want to offer kids the choice of how they'll do that.
The idea behind no grades is we want students to be able to be proud of the products and what they create and make, rather than aiming for an A. The success, the idea behind feeling successful is based on not a grade, but the achievement and what they're able to accomplish and what they're able to learn. That becomes the bottom line.
So we don't grade people, we don't create competitions. We ask kids, do the best you can. And what we do instead of grading is to say, in the sort of growth mindset mentality, you don't know it yet, but yet isn't here yet. Just keep working and pretty soon you'll learn it. Keep always knowing that our job is the inspiration, their job is learning.